Alright, welcome to Falcon Blues TV, and the managerial merry-go-round of bollocks continues to spin ever so slowly. It's now been about 3 weeks since, is it 3 weeks? 2-3 weeks since Ancelotti decided he didn't want to stay in Crosby and he's fucked off to Madrid, which we all know. So the papers, the press, everyone has all been just given their 2 pence worth on who they want to see as manager, who Everton should have as manager, and the Sky Bet, Paddy Power and all the other betting agencies, they're all going bonkers for mad prices and 2-to-1s and 5-to-3s and all sorts of stupid betting odds just for who the next manager's going to be. And the next managers that they keep sliding in are all these ones that you just don't want to know. So we'll look at the ones that we aren't really interested in, and we know these because these are former Everton managers, and it's just like, well, we don't want them, and there's a reason why they're former Everton managers. If they were any good, they'd still be here. That's the long and short of it. If they were any good, they'd still be at Everton, and they're not. Roberto Martinez, amazing first opening season, couldn't fault it, but we all know where the faults lay in the end. Poor defensively, passing teams to death, possession was just ridiculous, and it just wasn't right. We couldn't kill games off. We conceded stupid sloppy goals, and that's just not for us. Now there was a reason he was sacked. I mean, he shouldn't have even had the derby and the cup semi-final, in my view, because that season was a dead rubber for everyone. And would an influx of new blood in the management change that? And could that have been a week for Evertonians to remember? Just don't know. Another one, David Moyes. Yeah, we know he's done a fantastic job at West Ham this season. Absolutely superb, can't fault it. But again, dipped. Everyone was harping on, oh, West Ham could get 4th, West Ham could get 5th, and he didn't. What was it, 6th in the end? Alright, they've got Europe, but again, always that last hurdle with Moyes. We saw it countless times in countless away games where he just bottled it against United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Red Shite, Tottenham. And then the whole the cloud that he left under, running his contract down, then the whole derisory offers for Baines and Fellaini, thinking he was going to get them all on the cheap because he was part of Everton at one point. It wasn't going to happen, and that has left a sour taste with a lot of Evertonians, and no surprise at all. So they're the two that are current former Everton managers. They're thinking like they should be the new Everton manager. I don't think so. And then there's Eddie Howe, who great. He did great with Bournemouth. It's Bournemouth, and they're no longer in the Premier League as a result of him being at the helm. And I will never forgive him for signing Jordan Ibe and thinking for like 30 odd million. That's just criminal. I'm giving money to the Red Shite first and foremost, but the 2 players that he signed were just like, no, they're not good enough, and you just absolutely spunked a fortune on them. So no for me for Eddie Howe. The ones that are coming up that are saying potential, Graham Potter of Brighton, and going back to his side of Sweden where he brought them through again, and all the stat freaks are going bonkers over it. But XG and all this, XG just means he didn't score. He created the chance and didn't score. What's the fucking point? Why even calculate it? And then you've got other ones, and the worst one, Christ, that keeps bouncing up and down, is clown kicks. Any Evertonian who wants fucking Rafa Benitez as manager, fuck off. Don't stop following Everton. Absolute fucking piss take. I'll show how bitter I am because I hate Liverpool. So, but you know what I mean? Like, why would you even want him anywhere near us? He did nothing. He did nothing with Newcastle. Yeah, he did well with Chelsea, but then there's a reason he's hawking his wares over in China and not in the Premier League now. Another one of those managers whose powers have gone. You know what I mean? The game's changed, and it's beyond him. It's like Mourinho. Like the game has just suddenly moved on from his style of play, and that's why Tottenham have offloaded him. You know, so the ones that we really should be looking at, personally, I mean, you tell me in the comments what you think, whether we should be going for. But for me, you know, Antonio Conte just recently won the league and Inter Milan, has to leave, has left because he's not going to be given any money for support to continue. Fine, you know, we've got a project there. He's not interested in projects, in the same reason he was probably not interested in Spurs. But for me, I always think with Spurs, it's more of someone's gone. You know, if it is, I think Harry Kane is probably going to go, and he's been told that transfer funds are not for you. That's to pay for this multi-billion-pound ground that we've just had built, and there's not going to be any money for you, and you're going to have to work with the youth team. And he's spewed it. But then, you know, the offer there with Everton is there'll be money to play with. There's a youth system that needs looking at, and then, you know, again, league winner, winner at Chelsea. He's done it all again. And I know you go, well, Ancelotti did that. Ancelotti didn't want to be here. Let's just face facts. Maybe Conte doesn't want to be here, but if he can get a tune out of this Everton side, hopefully someone else can, because Ancelotti hasn't, and several managers before him haven't. And then we've got the cap from Lille, he's linked with Nice, Christophe Galtier. So if this is a goer, then I think this should be the one that should be going for. You've looked at what he's done with Lille. Everyone will go to Farmers League, and the same scenario with Moyes Keane. You know, he's scoring goals in the Farmers League. Yeah, but he's having them handed on a plate to him by Neymar and, you know, Mbappe and whatever. But this manager has actually, you know, he's gone through Pochettino side and Thomas Tuchel side, and still managed to win the league with the side at their disposal. So that, to me, that's great, you know. And Lille have always looked like that rapid side. The same with Lyon. Two sides in the French league there that teams are always looking at their defenders, always looking at their midfield, always looking at, you know, their central midfielders, because they're rapid, and the side that he builds around. And, you know, all the stuff that he's done with Saint Etienne as well, bringing them up, and that for me, I think it's got to be one of Conte, it's got to be Galtier, and if I have to throw someone into the ring because of all the other names and whatever, then probably Graham Potter. But he doesn't fill me with, yeah, fine. But I think, you know, whoever comes in, we've got to back them. No, not just the board, Marcel Brands and Mashiri, the fans. You know, we've been burnt here again by another manager whose expectations have, you know, we've looked at those expectations and go, yeah, all right, well, we want that, but we've been let down. So whoever comes in now has to get. There's managers there who are going to get a bit more longer time because of the name. Same with Ancelotti. Ancelotti got a way more time than he probably deserved, given some of the results, given, you know, the results at home and stuff like that. I think there's managers there that will, if we give them the time to grow, then potentially, you know, we've got something good here. And I think that's what people are trying to see with Graham Potter. It's like, you know, his stats way up and everything else, and he's done well with Brighton. So how well is he going to do with an Everton side where players are seen as, you know, better players than what he's got at Brighton at his disposal? We'll wait and see. But, you know, you know what you're getting with Antonio Conte. You know what you're probably going to get with Galtier. League winners. I'd sooner Everton go for the league winner from AN other country than a manager that finished below us. And that's no disrespect to Brighton, but we should be looking higher. You know, you're going to see it in the papers. They go, what do Everton want? We want to win the fucking league. We want to win the FA Cup. We want the League Cup. We want to go into Europe. We want a European Cup. We want the Champions League. We want a manager to actually be able to take us there and do it. And now time is at the essence with this Everton side. We've got to do it quickly. So that's my 10 minutes on Everton and the current managerial bullshit that's going on. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, And please make sure you're liking and subscribing to the channel and following us on Twitter. And if you're loving this t-shirt, because I am, check out falconblues.bigcartel.com, and they're available now to buy. And along with a load of other stuff, there's some Ancelotti shit there which you're probably never going to sell now. Fuck's sake. So, Carlo, you'll be getting the bill. You're on the list and you're getting the bill. So, until then, up the fucking toffs, Colin Chong, catch you in a bit.